Hey, this is Bruce Cook, and this is going to be a paintball gun shooting video. So, this is the marker that I had said in my last couple of videos that I was working on, and I'd be putting up a shooting video. So, this actually belongs to a friend, coworker, and teammate. His name is Eric. I have featured CSRs that belong to one of my friends in the past. This is not that same one. If you notice, it's got the green color scheme, and on the other side, blue. So, he gave this to me because he lent it out, and he was out at, I can't remember, it was one of the NXL events this year, one of the most recent ones, and the guy that he lent it to had dove into mud. Mud got all up into the, past the grip in this thing, and suddenly he found that the board, when he would go to turn it on, the Planet Eclipse logo would show up on the screen, and then it wouldn't go past it. And he was unable to turn it off, was unable to do absolutely anything. You'd have to take the batteries out to shut this thing off. So he gave it to me to work on, and what I had discovered when I had taken this entire thing apart was that the battery board wire harness that goes just above here. So the little board with the positive and negative terminals that the batteries press up into, and then it's got a wire and a Molex connector that runs back and then plugs into the main circuit board. That was full of corrosion and dirt and even a little bit of rust. So I went to clean it all up, and then I ended up discovering, well, the negative wire actually pulled right out of the board, like it was barely even hanging on by a thread. There's, you know, you got that little black rubbery goop stuff that is put on the board where the wires go through. Well, it also turned out that that black rubbery stuff had lifted up, and I looked underneath there, and sure enough, there was corrosion underneath there, and corrosion on the part of the board where the wire, where the positive and negatives actually are soldered on. So there was no way for me to repair that. Normally, if that kind of damage wasn't done, I could just simply solder the wire back into place. But that little spot that the wire is supposed to be soldered into was full of corrosion. So we had to get a replacement wire. I did get it in the mail a couple days ago, and I just now got around to installing it. I put it in there, and suddenly the board comes back to life. So now this is the show. Oh, there we go. Got to tap it twice. As you see, it turns on and everything. And I mean, I've already fired this, so everything does work. I am going to be shooting paintballs here. Now, this isn't a completely finished marker, so I'm just sending this. I'm making this video so I can send it to Eric and show him that his gun is shooting now. There was one other problem I did discover, which we'll get to the bottom of it and we'll get it fixed. But for some reason, the eyes aren't working. I did pull the eye wire harness out, and the everything looked good. I mean, the wires looked good. There was nothing pinched. There was nothing disconnected from the sensors. The sensors looked good. They were clean. I mean, I did clean them. And the little holes that the sensors peek through into the breech, I made sure those were completely clean, so there was nothing obstructing it. And the eyes are still not working. But I wanted to rush into quickly at least making a video to show him that his gun is alive and working again. So we got probably close to 2 hoppers worth of paint. Now this is leftover paint that one of my coworkers gave to me after he had done some practicing for World Cup at our outdoor field in Madison, Georgia at Wildfire Paintball. And he had a little more than a half of a bag of paint left, and he just gave it to me. I do have a ton of other paint, but all the other paint is full of oil inside of the bags. It's paint that my boss had gave me. And the stuff that my coworker gave me it did have a little bit of oil in the bag, but it wasn't bad. So that's what we're going to be running through this. I'm going to chrono it. I haven't messed with regulators. I'm not going to, because Eric does use a lower pressure tank than mine. And on the CSRs, you will get different chrono results, pressure results and chrono results using different pressure output tanks. If you were to switch the tank without messing with the regulator, you will get different results. So I'm sure he's got this marker right where he wants it, velocity-wise, you know, with his tank and all that. So all we're going to do, we are going to shoot a few over the chronograph. We're going to air it up. it's got no leaks or anything like that in there. I'll show you that. So this is with the eyes on, but they're not working. And then obviously, see, I just shut the eyes off. So it's gonna dry fire whether you have the eyes on or off, because the eyes are not working right now. But like I said, we'll work on that. We'll get that fixed. And right now I'm just making the shooting video to show that his gun is alive and working. So, all right. So let's see where this is shooting at. With we got 247, 260, 241, and 268. So now, with the with some of these guns, believe it or not, like say you set the marker up with a low pressure or super low pressure tank, you set it to a certain velocity. Like if you do it with this, you might have it set to like 280 to 290 feet per second with the paint that you're using. And some of these guns, if you end up putting a tank on there that is a higher output tank, it ends up dropping those pressures and you get lower velocity. So I'm guessing that's what's going on here, because this tank puts out, this is my personal tank, puts out about 475 psi. It is a Ninja, has a Ninja regulator, and it is, I do have it set to put mid pressure out, and it's putting out approximately 475. So, and he's got a super low pressure, or it's either low pressure or super low pressure. I can't remember, but it's lower than mine. But anyways, here you go. And we're going to try to slow down at the end before the hopper is completely empty, because we don't have working eyes right now. But anyways, here you go. And we're going to shoot up high just because we got the dog down there. And we'll go for this high. Okay. So I guess it wasn't quite 2 full hoppers worth of paint, but once I get this gun 100% and running, eyes working and everything, I'll have a ton of paint to work with. So, but here we go. We're down to our last few paintballs, so I'm not trying to activate ramping. Okay, there you go. And we didn't even get any shots, even with the eyes not working. So, but yeah, that's, like I said, this video was for Eric. And as he sees, his gun is working. So, anyways, stay tuned. Here soon, we'll have another shooting video of this, and we'll put maybe like 2 whole bags of paint through it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.